So this next part, what I'm going to talk about is how to create the background of your painting using the Sharpie marker. And what we want to do is we want to create it to look like this. It's this optical illusion where things are receding away because it gets smaller and then it gets bigger. We change directions with the line, so it's kind of swooshing off one direction. And so how you can go about creating that is here on this part right here. I actually started and took the Sharpie marker and I went up and over the top of my watercolor circle. And then I started at that same spot with my Sharpie marker and went up and over. And then I started the next one at that same spot. So that's why it got really, really dark right here. But I like that because that really dark value pushes it to the background more. Okay, so dark values push into the background. Then what I did is I allowed more white of the paper coming through, so more space will make it jump forward towards the viewer, making it look like it's closer to us. So that's why this here looks closer to us than way out here. All right, it gets smaller, it's pushing farther in the background. And then really just kind of start here and work a little bit and do some more, and then like I just kind of followed that shape and let it get smaller. And so you might be sitting there staring at your painting that might look something like this. Actually, I'm going to turn it over. And you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start and how to get there, right? So what I would do is think back to that other project that we did with the crayons, and we created those three-dimensional circles and made them into spheres, and then we had those cylinders that connected one circle to another. So you could just start with that. And so what I've done is I've lightly sketched in some pencil lines connecting this cool color circle to this primary color circle. All right, so you can very faintly see my lines right there. And you could also kind of plan it out on tracing paper if you wanted to. But what you would do then is take your Sharpie marker, and I would definitely warn you to be careful not to put your fingers on the painted area. Because if you have slightly sweaty hands like I do, you're going to end up with blue fingers, and then you're going to end up touching your paper, and you're going to get finger mark smudgies everywhere, okay? So it might be helpful to just put a paper towel or another piece of paper down so that you can actually hang on to your paper as you're working on it. All right, so to create kind of this bubble-like effect right there, all I would do is start here, and I would go up and come back down. And the next one, I would come up, I would start back at that same spot, okay? So each time I'm looping up, I'm going to get a little more space, but each time I'm also starting way back here with my marker, okay? And kind of go up and around, and again. And I can kind of let those bubble out a little bit past my pencil line, it doesn't matter. And again. And I could just go all the way up to there, okay? And then, now where do I go? Okay, so then you would just kind of keep doing some things like that possibly, and, you know, changing directions and so on. Mainly, just have fun. You're trying to create kind of an optical illusion of things bulging out, receding away, and changing up your line spacing also, okay? You're welcome to use your, this is the fine point Sharpie marker. You're welcome to also use the ultra fine Sharpie marker. So you could use them both, or you could use one or the other. This one here was solely just used with that fine tip Sharpie marker.